only on esportbf.com.
As we are just testing a lot of this stuff, so definitely bear with us. But 122, 125, and we are going to be getting this thing started just a little bit late. So far, it is going to be, oh my God, there we go. DWA is going to be on the red side, as we are going to be seeing HFA on the blue side. And yeah, it's so far is a, like I said, pretty even match. 121, 116. DAW is having a little bit of an issue as they were kind of stuck in the middle of the map there. But A and B has been taken over. We are going to be seeing HFA doing a decent job of making their way on back. And we'll see if they're going to be able to make this push here and to see. We talked about this before, Durf, a little bit at the very beginning, that north side going to be pretty important with smokes. But obviously, you can't just run down there with 8 medics with smoke. So you got to kind of make a decision. All right, well, only 3 of us are going to be able to have that smoke attachment or smoke grenades. So how are we going to make this push going to be successful or not?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's always a tricky fight, or a tricky map in general, even when you have the right strategy, especially if the other team is strong with their slang. Another thing to keep in mind is that on PC there's no aim assist, so there's no, other than the visual difficulty of seeing someone smoke, there's no aim difference, whereas on console, smoke works a bit better, because when you're in it turns off your aim assist, so it's harder to hit people. Here, though, it's even, I would say, less effective, just because your aim stays consistent. As you can see here, really struggling to push in, although there is a bit of a fight going on in the corner of B here. I'm not too sure how that's going to turn out.
Yeah, they did manage to kind of push on out, but the problem, though, being the fact that we have 2 players already getting onto that C. There is one spawn actually on Charlie, if we can go over there to that C side of the map, as that is going to be a 1 versus 2. It looks like a 6K. Oh, my God. That's a strange name. He is going to be in the backside of C, actually stuck in the water. That definitely does suck, but he should be able to get that burn fairly quickly. In the meantime, though, in the middle of the map, we do see a very aggressive push coming over here towards that A flag. So that is going to be pretty interesting to see how they can hold off on this defense. I like the decision-making that we have there, though, of basically, okay, look, we're losing our back flag. Let's go ahead. We'll just go push forward, kind of get through this and go maybe for a cap on the other side of the map, because this map right here is absolutely doable, in my opinion, from basically, flipping sides and playing it from, if you will, their side of the map.
Oh, definitely. And I think that's something to keep in mind, too, with Rotterdam is even if you get, well, we've seen it before. We've seen it before way back when we did the initial BF5 stuff, was teams were winning each side by 100 tickets. So it's not one of those maps where if you lose one round by 100 or something, it's over, because you could easily do that to the next team, the next side. It's a very, very easy defensive map, I would say. Once you're set up, it's an easy defensive hold. Definitely defender advantage. It's nice when you can hit these flanks, because you do have a bit of cover over here, just like we see Zam doing right now. I'm assuming his name's Zam. Trying to take the fight here to this guy. He gets cleaned up there. You kind of have to play spawns on this map. You can't solo push. You have to wait for your team to spawn, push in together, and hope it works. They are doing a good job of holding it right now, though.
Yeah, Slending right now on your screen, he is going to be set up for some nice little crossfire going down, but you do see that smoke coming into effect as 2 players did manage to make their way over here towards Bus. But Slending missing so many of those shots, down to about 9 health before he goes ahead, backs on out. And yeah, that was not good, but he did manage to kind of stall that out. His teammates picking up those rest of the players there in the backfield, so they are going to be okay for the time being. And yeah, we're just going to be seeing these this red squad just trying to push on in. So DAW is definitely having some issues here. 114-63, biggest lead that we've seen so far, and this is not good. Once you get down, I would say probably around the 40 or 50 ticket deficit mark, it's definitely not good, but it's obviously a lot more manageable at the very beginning of the match as it is towards the middle and end. So we need to be seeing DAW doing some work here, trying to get back into B. Interestingly enough, we have, 2 players now all the way in the backfield. That's going to be Arizo and 6K, as they are going to be pushing into that 8 alpha flag. So this is nice. They picked up 2 kills, and they should be able to get onto that A burn. Does it look like he's going to be able to finish the kill? He does. So beautiful job there from 6K. That should be a free cap, I believe. I don't see anybody that's going to be able to get back onto
Looking like
it.
they're turning a 3 cap here.
Exactly, man. This is completely turning it around, as only one player is going to be left up and alive. That will be Slendy to try and stay up, and he does get picked up by Zam. So beautiful job. And if there's one way to try and make your back into the match, it's going to be with a 3 cap, and they're going to be able to get quite a few tickets down right now.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, like we were talking about earlier, the strength of this map is that it's fairly easy to defend most times. So if you're gonna get a 3 cap on any map, this is one of the easier ones to defend. Plus, when you go to the other side, most rounds are won on this map by quite a bit. So anything you can keep close is gonna give you a huge advantage in the next round. And like as you can see right now, the blue team doesn't stand a chance. They're getting farmed. They have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to go.
This is not good at all. And one of the problems that we had, with the 8v8 version of this map too, you did get stuck across there, but I think it's going to be even worse now, with 5. Yeah, okay, the other team, they don't have 8 players either, so it's maybe a little bit difficult to push, but you're going to have, like I said, you're going to have a shortage of medics. You're not going to have as many people being able to get those revives, put those smokes out there. What have you. So yeah, these guys are going to have an issue of trying to get across, and you can see over and over and over again Slendy trying to make his way through the river here. But I mean, you have, what is this, Legunman? He's all the way at the other end. He's going to be watching anybody popping up and should be able to get the kill. They're spread out very, very nice. Wall does manage to get through. So we could be seeing some spawns coming off a wall here in just a few seconds to try and power burn down on this A flag. But look at that score right now, Nerf. 53 tickets to 48. That is pretty freaking crazy.
They were down 50, and they've tied it in, what, a minute and a half? Maybe a minute and a half? This is huge.
That's the power of a 3 cap, baby. You want to go for those as much as possible. And that is going to be 6K. Now, in the mix of things, we'll be able to pick up 1. Looking for 2. Jumps over the top. Getting that hip fire spray. 3 down now on A. So what was looking really, really good all of a sudden turns back into the favor of the red squad here on DAW. Did they get a wipe? I think they got a complete wipe there onto the flag. Where the spawn's coming in, nobody able to spawn in. That is a massive failure there.
And at this point, you got to be looking at a finished round. Like, you can't. They've got, I would say, what, one good push left. If they can get across, one good push before this is over. And on the other thing, DAW's blown up the bridge, so they can't even get across the bridge anymore. They've got to swim. So, I mean, this has got to be the hardest spawn camp in the game. Like right here, they have to swim. They can't even shoot their way across.
Oh my God, Arizo trying to do some work there, cleaning up these blue team members from HFA, and he did. Oh my God, 6K comes around the corner, and there's about 3 guys down that hallway. He's like, nope, we're gonna go ahead and back on out. Gets the help there from his teammates trying to transition back in. That's gonna be Zam getting the kill, but 6K looking like he should be able to lock this down, getting some nice little shots. Can't quite get the kill. There he goes. Finishes it from Frozen. So yeah, triple cap still just, oh my God, this was brutal. I think from the time that we got that triple cap to now, maybe I think 6 tickets have been taken down, and that is it. And we are going to be calling the ending of that game there. That was just insane to see. Wow. 47-0.
That was a slaughter. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy, this map, how quickly it can turn around, because 10 minutes ago we were talking about how DAW was getting blown out. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't get to, and now all of a sudden they get a 3 cap, the bridge is blown up, and the round's over. I guess that's just the way it goes. And
that's also a frustration that I have with that particular map. I'm not too excited when we have maps that can be just locked down like that. I think that's one of the core problems of Rotterdam. But yeah, I mean, it looked like there for a while that HFA was going to be able to lock that down. They were 50 tickets ahead at one point. They were looking pretty good, and then all of a sudden we see one player sneaking back into A, able to get that cap. I do think that 6K spawning in, if you remember correctly, 6K spawned in on C at the very last second, and he just stayed in the water. And he stayed in there a long time. Basically, I don't know if it was on purpose or accident. It looked like he was having trouble finding a ladder. But either way, what ended up happening was they could not, and this is going to be live here, they could not actually get into, or he could not get into the flag until the other two guys actually left. So by the time those other two guys left the flag and he jumped onto the cap, well, they were already so far away that they decided to go ahead and help their teammates on B flag. They ended up getting killed. It opened it up, and that was where your 3 cap came in.
Yeah, and just a reminder, guys, here for anyone that wasn't here when we went over the rules at the beginning, these are best of ones, so this is the game right here. This is for all the marbles, you should say. And
we're finally back to going with tickets. This is going to be like a legit ticket count. So 47 tickets will be the ticket count that they have to beat. So HFA cannot go below 47. They have to either try and tie it up at 47, which will throw it into a third round that we will play. But yeah, that's their mark. They either got to hit 57 or higher in order to stay in this first round.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have a pretty aggressive push here from DAW on the side of the map there. Looks like they've kind of got boxed out of B, which is unfortunate. Now we know what obviously they can turn around in half a second, but so far a good play for HFA here to secure it. Oh, never mind, sorry, they switched sides. Holy, brain dead. So DAW has control of the flag at this point, and they're doing a really good job of holding it. You gotta figure that the last round had a bit of a mental effect on HFA. You'd think, going from a solid 2 cap to getting swung into a 3 cap and getting farmed 100 tickets. So we'll see what happens here. They're still trying to push B. I don't see anyone that's tried to rotate around yet. Oh, so we do. So we do have 2 guys pushing A slowly, trying to find that defensive player there.
Yeah, Arizo is going to be making his way over there, as we saw on the screen, but it's kind of both flags are going to be getting flanked right now. Arizo is going to be over here onto C. He's going to have to fight 2 players, though, it looks like, onto that Charlie cap. I like where he's actually sitting up there into the second story, though Pigeon knows where he's at, gets picked up. So Arizo doing a great job of staying alive there. At the same time, over here on Alpha, that's going to be Frozen, as he's going to be able to pick up 1 kill, going back and forth as his teammate is there dead, lying on the ground. Is he going to be able to get the kill or allow a teammate to just try and get a spawn? Looks like he's going to be waiting for those spawns to come in, which is probably the better move here in this situation. You do want to make sure that you're going to be able to hold on to this flag. And Frozen just kind of looking in for this last guy. They should be okay, though. I think they have, what, like 3 players back here onto that A flag. Yeah, and some long-range shots are going to be coming on in, tagging them up just a bit. But, oh, actually, take a look at that. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a pinch coming in. So that's going to be, I don't even know how to say that name, Imagest, as we're just destroying it. By the way, if you guys have never seen a cast with me in it, I always destroy names. It's a thing that happens. So you're just going to get used to it. But that's going to be blue all day long there in the kill feed, as they did manage to take just about everybody out there that was attacking on the A flag. Spawns are going to be coming back in at the last second, but Frozen doesn't end up getting picked up. Slendy is going to try and do some work here. But, yeah, he's just, ooh, nice little headshot, actually. Picks him up very, very quickly. See if he can actually make a second one, trying to get some blind fire going down. Like the fact he's throwing the nade, preventing that revive from going in. And will be able to get the kill there onto Zam. So, had they managed to actually clean out A, almost, as there's only 1 player left up and alive, and he's all the way there in that back corner. But in the meantime, Nerve, take a look at what's happening around the map. B flag still in the possession of blue. A flag, they're still getting points for this, although it is going to be ticking on down. And C just now being recapped here by DAW. So HFA, or I'm sorry, by HFA here.
Yeah, and I think what really hasn't happened yet this round is that no one really has got a whole lot of map control on lockdown, I'll say. Like, you've had teams that have had 2 flags, whether it's A and C or A and B or C and B or whatever, but there's been no squad wipes yet where people have been forced to rotate all the way around again. And I think that's what's keeping the gunfights like a high volume here, because it's just fight after fight after fight. What I'd like to see is for people to change it up a little bit. They keep trying to attack A, and it hasn't really worked. I'd like to see them change it up. But I guess we'll see what happens. Now we've got a big push on B here. A huge push, it looks like. At least for 4 guys here.
Right now, Zam is going to have his hands full. He's getting pinched from 2 different directions, but he picks up Ozern. Yeah, he does get shot from behind. That was going to be all 5 players there from DAW getting onto that flag as quickly as possible. And they are going to be able to clean that out, I believe.
Looks as though they're still taking a second fight. That could be smart. There's not a lot of HFA guys left on the flag, even though they held off the first push. Oh, what is this? Alien weapon.
Well, that was the FG, I believe. But SDGs now are going to be back in as Frozen for HFA. Going to try and get some long-range shots here from that last patch. Not as bad as it was initially. Still one of the better guns out there, though. And it does look like Frozen here trying to go back and forth. Slendy is going to be helping out just a little bit, but you know, your medic on the front line there, you kind of want to be pushing up with that STG first. There you go. We'll be able to pick up at least one. I think that's going to clear here onto Bravo. It has, but A and C have been taken back over right now for DAW. 133 now to 105 as HFA on the back foot once again, and they're going to have to do something really, really special in order to make this comeback.
Yeah, it just seems like, and this, tell me what you think, but it just seems like they're constantly reacting to what DAW is doing. It always seems like even when they push a flag, it's more because DAW has kind of let them go to that flag than it is anything else. It seems like DAW's kind of letting them go to what flag they want them to go to. They're always one step ahead on those rotations.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, right now I think that a little bit of stabilizing has been occurring. C is now over here for DAW. We are going to be seeing HFA kind of setting up for this B defense that's going to be coming on in. And I think that they should be able to take care of it. Nice little shots are going to be coming up. Although there is going to be a little bit of a flight coming down. Legum and Imagist are going to be coming around for the backside. They did manage to pick up at least one of those kills as Star's Pigeon is going to be getting hunted down right now. And oh my God, no, he actually survives taking out the aggressor there. You got to love the fact that the car was blocking all of those shots. Imagist will be able to take down Pigeon as, oh my God, did you see that long-range shot with the 1907?
Yeah.
What?
I feel bad that I don't know how to say his name now.
Yeah, he's going 10-3 currently right now. So putting up some good numbers on the board here in this match. 118 to 94. We have evened it up a little bit from what we had previously. So DAW still with this lead, and they are managing to do quite a bit of work. 6K, though, on the other side of the map here for C, and he's going to be in a 1 versus 2. Catches up one, and he's going to have another guy sitting right below him here.
Does he notice he's there? He's got to hear him.
He is going to be looking for him at the moment. Not able to get shots on him just yet. There he is. We'll be able to find him there inside the corner. And I got to say, doing a pretty decent job of back and forth. He hasn't really taken a whole lot of damage here. But in the meantime, he's not winning out on the flag just yet either. There you go. Finishes it off. So that's going to be a C flag cap potentially here coming for him.
DAW coming in. Slendy seems to be doing really well. His team is sort of struggling a bit, but he, as a player, seems to be performing pretty well so far. At least every time we go to him, he's picking up kills. I don't know if that's what's happening off screen, but we've got Frozen here, pushing into A, so maybe a bit of a rotation here. We could see an AB cap here if he manages to secure it. The thing with 5v5 on these maps too is it's a lot of open space, a lot of long-range sights, a lot of open space, a little bit more room to flank, obviously, than in what did we do previously? 8v8s, I think, at the start of the game. Yeah. So a lot more room to maneuver.
You got a little bit more room, to kind of work with. With 8v8s, there's a lot more players on the board. Obviously, it's going to be a lot more sight lines covered. So with that 5v5, you have that little bit of extra time to kind of maneuver about the map. But Imagist, though, is potentially going to go onto this one-on-one. He's looking for this last player, making a lot of noise. He's been spotted out by a teammate of his, and yeah, that 1907 pretty much impossible there to beat against there in the close quarters. Will end up going down. 6K, though, he's going to be set up on top of Bravo. DAW trying to make this happen. 113.73 as they are furthering out this lead more and more here. Remember, 47 tickets was the ticket count that they had to beat. So really looking good here for DAW. And Slendy getting picked up, trying to go for those revives. And that's something that, I talked about actually in another cast. It's completely unrelated to ESB, but you get some of these medics, and there's a definite difference between. Actually, we're just going to go on board here with what's happening in this battle, because it does look like DAW has managed to pick up 2 kills. Looking for a potential flank that's going to be coming on in. Imigus is going to be able to spot it out and does end up taking him down. Slendy had potentially a good play, but was not going to be able to make it happen. So really good job there from DAW. I don't know if they either recognized that was going to happen, or maybe they were just rotating as just part of their play and they just happened to be there. But either way, really good plays on their part. But as I was saying before, I think some of these medics, they get just a little bit too crazy on how fast they go to pick it up, because you have that animation that you have to worry about. And a lot of times, like, that animation is what's going to kill you. And it's better just to go ahead and let the guy lay on the ground for a little while, because you have quite a while till you can go and pick up that guy. So finish out your gunfight, then go in for the res. But you get a lot of these guys, they get a bit res happy, and it takes them completely out of the game, more so than what we've seen in the past battlefields.
Yeah, definitely. And I think too the not the problem, but the issue sometimes they have is they get maybe a little bit panicked in their head and they think I'm the last guy live, I need to get someone back up, and then they do, but they trade themselves in the process, or they don't even get the res off. And I think that definitely plays a role, especially because spawning doesn't take that long in this game. It's not a huge spawn delay, so sometimes it's almost better to just let them go. If you're in a good spot, don't risk that good spot to try to get the revive off.
Yeah.
We do see Slendy pushing in here, picks up a kill. The problem is they're running out of time. Because what was it, 45? 43?
47.
47. Yeah. Close. So they've only got about 2 tickets left to spare, and they're getting 2 caps right now. So it looks like DAW is going to get the win. And yeah, here it goes. So that's the win for DAW. Definitely, I would say the team that was more in control always seemed to kind of know what they were doing a little bit better than HFA did.
Yeah. Well, I think DAW, I think along with the fact that they're winning majority of their gunfights going through, which definitely does help. Obviously, in a 5v5 situation where you're in a conquest or a domination setting, frags are going to mean a lot, and that definitely does help you in terms of your positioning, your pushing, how aggressive you can be on certain flags. But we saw a lot of 1 versus 2s and 2 versus 3s going into the favor of DAW here tonight, and that's one of the reasons why I think that they're in such a good position that they were in. And HFA just, they weren't winning those critical fights, and a lot of times too, I think that they were taking fights when they shouldn't have. But what can you do? It is a test cup. This is all brand new, so these guys are going to be learning as they go.
Absolutely, and I think that's the important thing to remember is that these are the perfect time to maybe HFA is trying out some new stuff, some new players, some new strats. I think the important thing to remember, this isn't a league or a season officially. This is just test cup. We're testing rules, testing guns, testing maps. So things are going to happen, and for all intents and purposes, this was a closer round of Rotterdam than I'm even used to seeing. So, yeah, it looks good though.
Well, I think this was a perfect example of how, like, you don't have to have a 3 cap in order to dominate on this map. I mean, we're talking 98-16 right now. 2 cap definitely in the favor of DAW for the majority of this match, and HFA just really couldn't do much there in that regard, and really showed. 13 tickets left here before we end out on round number 1. But yeah, this was definitely a good dominating fashion here for DAW. They've got to be loving that fact moving on here today, as this was a pretty good warm-up round, I would have to say. A lot of really close-in fighting for these 5v5 matches. And yeah, we are going to be having, as I said before, DAW finishing this out with a very, very strong count. Let's bring up the scoreboard here real quick and just check out and see, what we're going to be having for these teams.
20 and 6.
Yeah, 20 and 6 there, and that guy was definitely locking it down. Imagist, I apologize for the name, but hey, it is what it is.
Only on EsportBF.com.